Drew.
I'm Scott.
Welcome to Everyman's Whiskey. Today we're on location at Starlight Distillery, and we've got Andrew here leading us in a tasting.
Andrew, what are we going to taste today?
Yeah, so we're going to take you kind of through our bourbon spread and then finish up with dessert, kind of. So
I love it.
To start off, we're going to be doing our signature flagship bourbon, Carl T, at 92 proof. Moving over into our Bottle and Bond at 100 proof. Going up into Ted Huber's Select, which is going to be a single barrel bourbon at 113.9 proof, a little bit older in age. And then we're going to wrap up with our number one selling blackberry whiskey for dessert.
You want to pour the first one?
Absolutely.
Normally what we do, Andrew, is while you're pouring, I would share a fact, but you are the fact expert here.
Okay.
So I would love to hear, for people who aren't familiar with Starlight, like, who are you? What are you about?
Yeah, so Starlight Distillery is a grain to glass, farm to glass facility here, established in 2001. 2001 is really when we kicked off the brandy program, distillation on our 82-gallon Christian Carl still. Starlight really started off originally in 1843 as dairy farming / fruit farming. And as we progressed, we got into the winemaking business in the late 70s and then translated over into the distillery business. So we are a family-owned farm-to-glass facility, start to finish.
Farm to glass. That's awesome.
So this is their 92 proof. Beautiful nose. Get some caramel and oak right on the top. Hint of vanilla right in the back end. That's just a solid bourbon.
Very smooth.
Easy drinking.
Yeah,
It is easy drinking.
Yeah, this is like a great summer afternoon. You know.
Absolutely. What does this retail at?
So we retail this one at $34.99.
Okay. Oh, attainable.
Super attainable.
Love it.
Yeah, this is great for basically anyone. Yeah, it's straight. I mean, you could use it as a mixer, but you don't have to.
I
At
wouldn't.
the least.
Well, it's shameless at the price point as well. So you can enjoy it neat on the rocks, but also if you do enjoy the whiskey and coke, whiskey and ginger ale, it's shameless at that price.
You're not mixing $100 bottle.
That's right.
You're not that guy. It's really well done. Good job.
Okay, Andrew, that was great. What are we tasting next?
So next we're going to be doing our Bottle and Bond at 4.5.
Woo! We like the Bottle and Bond. Next question for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
So, most people think whiskey, they think Kentucky, maybe Tennessee.
Sure.
Not always Indiana. There's a little bit of a stigma, unfortunately, for us fellow Hoosiers.
Yeah.
So, defend yourself.
Yeah, so it's a great way to go. Yeah, so Indiana whiskey, it is definitely overlooked a lot of times because you do have Tennessee whiskey all the way down south. You have the Kentucky bourbon banging on the door, and Indiana kind of falls a little bit quiet a lot of times. But what people don't realize is especially coming from Ted, our owner here. I mean, we have absolute phenomenal water, arguably better water than in other states to be producing, and also it's Indiana, it's corn. So we have the luxury of having some of the best entities of bourbon right outside of our doorstep. So if you can, parlay that with, own sustainability from a farm in there, you're really going to take Indiana bourbon and put it on the map. So what our kind of goal is to kick open, the door and kind of beat the stigma of what bourbon is as far as, traditional Kentucky, Tennessee whiskey. We're kind of trying to not change people's opinion, but we're trying to just put our own carbon footprint on the map.
I love it. What do we got here?
So this one is our Bottle and Bond bourbon whiskey. So this specific one is 4.5 years old. This one was a very unique one because what we decided to do is this is a 4-barrel blend. And what we did is pulled 4 Spirit of King Cooper barrels, 2 of them being 3 grains, 2 of them being 4 grains. So they're exactly married 50-50 on both mashable side of things, then proof to the appropriate Bottle and Bond proof to make this very fruity, soft, subtle, complex blend.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful nose. Beautiful. It's got basically everything that you could possibly want. Caramel, oak, vanilla, just all meshed in. What are you tasting, Scott?
For a bottle and bond, it doesn't smack you in the face.
Mm-mm.
It's very drinkable, approachable, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because I'm an ice cube guy.
Yeah.
Normally. But the flavors are awesome. Well
Yeah.
pronounced, creamy, good finish.
What's the price point on this one?
Price point on this one is $59.99.
Okay.
What are you getting?
So, I mean, basically everything that you want from a bottled and bond. You get that cream kind of all the way through. You get the soft vanilla notes. You obviously get the oak. And then a hint of caramel right on the back end.
What's your favorite aspect of this?
I like just how well-rounded it is from start to finish. The very front of the palate, palating it in the middle, and then all the way with that finish. It doesn't have the super long finish, but it's pronounced enough to know that you're drinking a 100 proof bottle and bond whiskey. So I think it's a beautiful representation of what bottle and bond is.
Yeah. Very well done. Andrew, I really enjoyed that bottled and bond. What are we going to try next?
So the next one, this one's a very special time to be here on the farm. So this one is a single barrel bourbon that we have on the farm, handpicked by our owner, Ted Hubert, at 7 years old. So this one is a little bit older, 7 years old. So in our rick house in the southwestern corner, that one is the hottest element in that rick house, and that's where we keep our oldest stocked family reserve bottles. So as a little treat for Blake Hubert, his youngest son getting married, they went and hand-selected a few barrels that are a little bit older stocked in celebration for him getting married. This one was picked by Ted Hubert. It came out of an ISC barrel, independent stave company. It's sitting at just under 114 proof at 113.9, 7 years old.
Wow, 113.9. So next question for you.
Yes.
You guys are family owned, 7th generation. What have been the advantages of being family owned versus getting bought out, being part of a big conglomerate distributor?
I mean, first and foremost, working, I have to brag on them for a second, is working for the Huber family is you can't find a better solution and a better scenario for it. They're absolutely, phenomenal people to work for. And then also on top of that, just this work environment is just, it's unparalleled to anything else. We have the accessibility to do things that other people can't, and that's where the added benefit of being 7th generation family owned versus, big conglomerate, big corporations. It's kind of a mad science experiment every day. So it's very well calculated and thought out. But we have the ability to do things that other people can't. If you go to some of the bigger boys, some of their small batches might be 40, 50 barrels. A small batch to us might be a 5-gallon barrel. You know what I mean? So it's something where we are not afraid to fail, and we don't let yesterday's whiskey dictate what we're doing today and tomorrow. So if we make some of the best top tier whiskey yesterday and we're distilling again today, that's already out of our mind. We just want to make the best whiskey for the best people, day in and day out. So we just have more accessibility, and we just love that factor of having.
That's awesome. It seems like you're willing to try whatever. With Christian, Blake, Ted, whoever.
Yeah.
Like, we'll try it, finished barrel, single barrel, full spectrum.
Yeah, we're trying to push the envelope and kind of, we really hone in on our distillation style for making, traditional Indiana bourbon whiskey. But we also are really pushing the envelope on what it means to do a quality secondary finish. And, secondary finishing has developed a negative stigma. If you make, poor whiskey, a lot of times people want to finish it to hide flaws. But we believe here that starting with, phenomenal base distillate, award-winning base distillate, and then parlaying that with top-tier imported in barrels from all across the world can only yield a tremendous product.
Yeah.
And we're proving that day in and day out.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for a drink.
I know, right? I just got to say, the nose on this is absolutely amazing.
It's very pronounced.
It gives everything that you could possibly want in whiskey. It's just, and it's very...
It's dusty cherry, it's vanilla, it's caramel.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. You can taste the age on this.
It's almost 114 proof, it tastes like.
I don't get the super
You're more
high
of a
fruit.
113.9?
Yeah, like, it's subtle, right? It's just 113.9.
No big deal.
And we know, especially for you, since you're that ice cube drinker, Ted
I'm
makes
soft.
That. Yeah, no. Ted makes that whiskey because Ted also, the boys, his younger, the sons, are neat drinkers. Ted being that ice cube drinker, he likes to have that layer of complexity.
Yeah.
He likes that whiskey to develop over time. So
Yeah, me and Ted are kind of spirit animals.
you're kind of in line. I get it. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, let's talk price point.
Yeah. So typically our single barrels would go for $49.99. This one being an exclusive release, just a little bit north of that. So we're looking at $70.99 on the retail shelf for this one.
Okay, $80 for, I mean, arguably like the most important person here
Yeah.
chose this barrel.
Yep.
For $80. Like, this is a phenomenal deal. Now, is this like, okay, this is only available right now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
right now,
But you also
Wait, quick time out. Are we on QVC right now?
I
buy now.
okay. The thing that I really have come to appreciate about the Huber Winery, the Starlight Distillery, is that they constantly have something that's super special, only available here. So it doesn't matter when I show up.
Right.
Because
There's always something.
I've been coming here for 10 years, and every single time I come, there's something that I didn't expect, which is what I really appreciate. That's all.
Yeah. Well, the beauty part is that, yes, this is a one-time thing, one-time deal for it, but these are always rotating. So although you might miss Ted's, you might get Christians or you might get Blake's, you might get some variation of it. So there's always something special at Starlight. It's just what are you going to find the day you come in?
Yeah. And from a value brand standpoint, every man's whiskey,
Right.
we appreciate value. Like, even at like $90, this is a rare find that's worth it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are we ending on today?
So for the last one, we have our number one selling core item product, which is our blackberry flavored
Dessert
whiskey.
time is
Little
what I'm
dessert.
hearing.
There
I love
it is.
dessert. I assume there's cake coming on the tail end here.
So this is at 84 proof. This is made with sun-ripened blackberries from our farm.
So we went from 113.9 to 84.
to 84.
This
Kinda
could be like
calm down.
hydrating water.
Yep, yep. So this is then married with fresh light whiskey off our still, usually pulled between 170 and 180 proof down to resting bottle, and then bottled at 84 proof.
You've won awards for this. I see on the
Yes,
bottle.
absolutely.
Okay, now you've got a lot of new things happening here.
Yes.
Can you tell us what you're most excited about?
So tons of things happening, but probably the most notable thing to me is that we have our 82-gallon Christian Carl still. Very proud of that. That's the thing that really jump started the
It
entire
launched
program.
you.
Launched us. We would be nowhere without it. 2015, we got our 500-gallon Vindome copper still. That took bourbon to the next level. We are currently in the process of working with Vindome to get a 18-inch continuous column still put in there. So you're going to still see our heritage brands that are produced on our pot still, and then you're going to see some new whiskey coming out that'll be produced on the continuous column still. So we're looking to take production up a notch.
That's awesome.
Ah, fair enough.
More of the good stuff for everybody.
This is just straight up blackberry right on the
It
nose.
looks like super red.
Yeah, I mean, it's blackberry. What do you expect?
Oh, that's a good nose.
It's dessert. That's dessert. That is dessert in glass.
I feel hydrated.
You're back.
Dude, I understand why that's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
It's very attainable.
Mhm.
It's sweet, desserty, really well done.
We didn't discuss price point yet.
That's the beauty part about it. Price point's at $24.99.
$25.
$25. I gotta assume that you guys make some cocktails with this.
Always.
What's your favorite?
So I'll tell you some of my favorite, and I'll tell you what the simplest and most popular among the masses is. So
Sure.
what I recommend is if you want to try to make some type of Kentucky Mule with the blackberry in there, it is a great additive in there. If you want to try to do a spin on an old fashioned instead of using simple syrup, anything like that,
Use that.
replace that in
Oh,
there
that's
instead.
genius.
Or
Sure.
if you want to
Yeah.
keep it just as simple
very
as
sweet.
possible, very sweet. If you want to keep it as simple as possible, you do equal parts if you like it a little bit potent of pink lemonade and blackberry whiskey. As simple as that.
I want to try all the things.
I know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair enough. So we're finishing up today at our tasting here at Starlight. on location.
It's been a good day.
It's been a great day. Andrew, thank you for hosting us. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys coming in.
Now, as always, we pick our favorite and the Everyman's Whiskey Best Value.
Yes.
So today, Scott and I are going to end on the single barrel for $80 because honestly, this sits like $150 barrel. Like it is delightful.
Yes. Very well done.
Yeah, it's everything that you'd want a complex whiskey to be.
Yeah, and if you've got 10 bottles in your collection, this is one you probably should have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, just for a unique offering. But you did not pick that one. What
No
did you
I know, I was
disrespect
curious
to
about
it.
that.
Absolutely. So I mean,
You didn't pick blueberry.
That was a tough one. So what I
Blackberry.
decided I wanted to go
Whatever.
with it is, although you all did pick a great one with that single barrel, and I do love our flagship Carl T, I got to give it to the Bottle and Bond.
That
I
was
think
good.
that 4-barrel blend is
Dude.
complex, light fruity,
Yeah.
but also delivers enough on there. So I'm gonna have to give my pick to Old Blue Label there.
Hey,
I love it.
fair enough. So thanks for joining us today on Everyman's Whiskey.
As always, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment below.
And remember, quality over quantity.
Drink responsibly.
Cheers.